Welcome everybody to this installment of the What If series. The series where we are not serious at all, we are not doing any flight simming, we are simply in VR in a flight simulator doing all the things that you should not be doing, okay? And the stuff we're doing here is simply just playing around. We're trying to do different things. I have a long list here in front of me that you cannot see, and I cannot see it either because I am in VR in the Oculus Rift in X-Plane 11. But I do remember some of the things that are on that list, and that they are questions that I have either heard someone propose on Facebook or which I have wondered myself while wandering around the cabin, sitting in the aircraft on long flights from A to B on the VATSIM network. We have tried things like turning off the engines in cruise, not touching anything. What will the aircraft do? We have tried to open the overwing emergency exit doors that are available to open in the Zibo Mod, also in cruise, and we have done a ton of other stuff. And today we're going to try to more or less challenge ourselves, shall we say. So I've heard somewhere that somebody proposed that they were able to turn back and land after a dual engine failure at 1,000 feet. Now that sounds absolutely impossible. I do not believe them, and today I bet you I'm going to prove them. I will be doing my best, my very best. Yeah, we're going to climb up to 1,000 feet and kill the engines and try to make it back for a touchdown on this here runway. We are at Ibiza in Spain, and this is our designated experimentation runway for this series, I think, unless we for some reason should need another runway. So I am going to try to climb up to 1,000 feet, and we'll see what happens. We will reach 1,000 quite fast, I promise you that much. I'm not going to be uber precise with the altitude. I'm not going to bother with the FMC or anything like that. We're simply just here in a startup mode. It's you can take it off when you go inside your X-plane and set up the flight. You can set it on the runway with engines running, and that's what we've done. So everything here is pretty much set. I of course will not bother with this. Yeah, you better fasten this seatbelt. Other than that, you know, yeah.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Let's get some flaps out for takeoff, and I reckon I'll pop her up to around 98. Let's give her some speed, and we'll rotate, and then we will pretty much. Let's just see if this works when we have not. No, we have not inserted any airport. I'm not going to bother with this. So what I'm going to do, I cannot really see the wind. I have turned active sky off. Maybe there's no wind. Most likely there's no wind at all. So we'll just straight ahead runway heading and try to turn her back around. I'll do a. We have some terrain out to our left. So what I'll do is that I'll try to get her back by doing a right turn, and definitely do an overbank, but I think that we will lose all of our altitude in that turn, even though I will start immediately after shutdown. So we'll see how we fare, and wish me luck. What happens with dual engine failure at 1,000 feet, 300 meters more or less? So we are we're not going to bother with rejected takeoff. That's it. Yeah, that should do as well. So here we go, and keep our eyes at the altimeter. I'll kill the fuel, and I'll pull back the thrust levers as well.
80 knots.
Uh,
5,000 feet
Positively.
remaining.
really unorthodox takeoff here.
400.
Coming up on 1,000.
1,000.
Here we go, engines are dead. And I will need to keep, yeah, we have flaps 5. Really?
Bank angle.
So,
Airspeed low.
yeah,
1,000.
I know, but
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Approach altitude set.
Up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
500.
Pull
400.
Pull up.
300.
Pull up. Pull up.
yeah, that's not
200.
possible.
Think rate. Think rate. Too low. Gear.
100.
Gear. Too low. Gear.
50. 40.
Too low.
30.
Gear.
20, 10.
Caution on taxiway. On taxiway. Caution
So-
on taxiway. On taxiway.
Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
40.
So I'll pause her here. Yeah, there was definitely no way we were making that turn. So normally you would pitch down and keep your airspeed up, and I pretty much tried that. Pretty much tried not to do that because of you are very stretched for altitude in such a condition. And there's no way. So we'll just we can give it another try, just to see. So just waiting. Yeah, I need to unpause. There we go. So flaps 5 is
On
set.
runway 06.
Unpause. Here we go. Yeah, we'll keep it like this. Just fine. Just need to get seated correctly again. So
Okay, the cabin is
I
secure.
definitely needed some more airspeed there. So what we'll do now is try to turn again, right again, and be a little bit more careful with our airspeed. So we'll see. Yeah.
Knots.
So I haven't calculated any V speeds here, so we'll just
Positive rate.
and we'll take the gear up.
400. 1,000.
And engines are dead. So we will definitely try to protect our speed here. And here's the bank.
Bank angle. Bank angle. Don't sink. Don't sink.
That's the coastline.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
1,000.
Think rate.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Approach altitude set.
Think rate.
Don't mind the comment from my FO, he's obviously delirious
Don't
with
sink.
fear. So there's a terrain ahead of us, we won't make that.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Tra
500.
Sink.
Let's trade a little bit of speed here.
400.
Too low.
300.
Too low. Gear.
200.
Too low. Gear.
So we
Too
are
low. Gear.
very low on speed
Too low.
here.
Gear. Pull up. Think rate. Think rate. Too low. Gear. Too low.
100.
Gear.
So
50. 40.
Yeah.
30. 20. 10.
Caution.
yeah. So you basically just go outside and have a look. Now I don't really want to show any livery because that's I don't really want to associate any any serious airline with the with what we're doing here. But yeah, so I think we got into the at least to the airport area. We do turn downwind, so we did manage to turn around, but you simply don't have the distance. You don't have the distance to do any serious maneuvering, and
On runway 06.
and 1,000 feet, that's just preposterous and impossible, if you ask me. So that anyone claims to have done that, I would like to see a video of that done in Explain 11. Thank you. So let's do something a little bit more. Let's do 3,000 feet, just for kicks. That's also a speed where you would be pretty stretched, I believe. So let's just mind you. Even at 3,000 feet, you're really in a challenge.
80 knots.
I would be comfortable at 5,000, but nothing lower than that.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
400. $1,000.
Here's where we failed before. So we'll just keep climbing to 3,000. And now we'll go flaps 1. Start accelerating a bit. Flaps up. So getting ready to kill it. So here we are, engines are dead at 3,000 feet. We did shoot up to 3,200 due to the kinetic energy in the aircrafts. So what we'll do is monitor our speed and try to... Now I don't have the APU ready. Basically we will try to do the turn again, overshoot the turn and then correct, and really protect our speed.
2,500.
She is very, very heavy here, so I'll need to turn even more
Bank
here.
angle. Bank angle.
Just at the bank angle warning here. Get a warning again. 2,000. So there's the airport in there. We do have some speed that we can trade now,
Think rate.
and we really should trade. We really should trade the speed for some altitude. So now, soon enough, we should start thinking about slowing down. So not yet, but very soon we'll go
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, missed approach altitude set.
let's go flaps 1. Flaps 2, yeah, that'll do us nicely. And be very ready on the gear here. Flaps 10, no more. Gear down, slow down. Flaps 25, that's what I get.
500.
Too low. Here.
Unstable. Unstable.
400.
And we'll brake her. Actually,
Think rate.
300.
Think rate. Pull up.
we are long landing.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Think
100.
rate. Think rate. Think
50.
rate.
40. 30.
Think rate.
20.
Very long float.
10.
Long landing. Long landing. 7,000 feet remaining.
And manual braking. Push the nose down.
80 knots.
some very hot brakes. But there, we actually managed to save it. And oh, we don't want to put that on. Catch fire. So it's definitely not possible at
So please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off.
yeah. So
Please make sure
I just
you
want
have
to
all
try
your personal
something.
belongings before you exit the aircraft, and be careful when opening the overhead compartment.
Still doesn't
Feel
work.
free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you've had a pleasant experience, and we look forward to welcoming you
Yeah, I
again
hope you had a
on another
pleasant
flight.
experience. No, but actually, seriously, guys, at anything lower than 3,000, you're really stretched to do a save, and you are that in the real sim as well. I know the guys in the sim, they do it at around 4,000 and 5,000. That's normally where they train at, but anything lower than that, that's where you need to focus on looking straight ahead
On
and looking.
runway 24. On runway
Let
24.
me just pause it. That's anything lower than 3,000. That's where you need to keep your focus on what's within your immediate visual range of good landing sites, and not doing anything silly, but like trying to turn back. But at 3,000, you can barely make it. But that's, mind you, me being well aware of what is going to happen, and already having a plan devised of what I'm going to do. But basically the technique is the same. You need to protect your first of all, you need to protect your speed. That's the most important thing, your airspeed. And actually I traded a bit too much altitude for my liking for speed, so it came in way too fast, and we really tried to slow her down on as we got near the runway. We even used the speed brake, and the flaps 30 we got down, and it ended up being a bit of a long landing, but we are not too badly situated. We still have some runway left, and as long as you're on the ground, it's better than crashing in some ocean or something. So yeah, that was fun. But what happens if you have dual engine failure at 1,000 feet? Well, you better hope you have a pilot who is focused on what's straight ahead and not behind you, to trying to make it back. And anyone who claimed to do this at 1,000 feet there is just silly. So I hope you enjoyed this installment and this video. And if you have any comments or ideas, remember, keep the comments positive and constructive. If you have any ideas to what we can do in our What If series, then please leave them in the comment, and we'll try and give it a go. So that's all for now. Remember to subscribe and to like, and I'll see you in
On
the next.
runway 24. On runway 24.
Thank you, Ras and Wellever. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.